Colleen at MikeCollin.com, MikeKollin.com. All right, so I'm going to ask you a question. Did you fall for the narcissist mirroring techniques? Well, there's really good news, and here's what it is. So before I get to that, I'm going to add one quick thing in here. Listen to the question, did you fall for the mirroring technique? So the mirroring technique is, as you know, or hopefully you know, is when a narcissist, they really study you and they pay attention to you. They find out your key words and your values and your beliefs and even your rules, and then they start feeding them back to you. They find out the patterns in the way that you talk, and they start feeding them back to you. Because your unconscious mind really likes those things. So you're like, wow, this person's just like me. You may not think that consciously or say that, but you're like, wow, this person's really cool, right? I already gave it away, the good news. So what's happening is, the question is, did you fall? Did you what? Did you fall? Look at Genesis, Adam and Eve, the apple, okay? Here's what happens. A narcissist will mirror you and act like they're you by playing your favorite songs. They saw on social media, like, oh, that's your favorite song. So they'll play it when you're like, oh my God, that's my favorite song too. Oh my God. That wasn't an accident, but they're going to say, oh my God, really, what a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. They've been researching you, especially if you made friends with them on Facebook or Instagram. They're listening to what you're saying. And every time they get together with you, they study you. And if you look, they'll ask you questions to see how you respond. They're studying you, okay? And they literally will take notes. They'll go back and write stuff down, and then they'll throw it back at you a day or two later. Did that work? Okay, it didn't work. Okay. So they'll study you some more, all right? This is the love bombing phase where they're going to mirror you. Well, here's the deal, and this is really good news. I was going to dramatize it and make it sound sad at first and then shock you, but no, I gave it away. So you probably got really hurt because you realized eventually, whether it was from watching YouTube videos or you have been through this cycle of dealing with narcissists, and you got sucked in, love bombing, and then you got chewed up, the devaluing stage, and then you got spit out, the discard phase, right? And then you probably got hoovered and got sucked back in, which in my opinion is another love bombing phase, maybe a little different, but it's love bombing. They suck you in, they buy you gifts, they do stuff. And once you figured out, whether it's from listening to other people on YouTube or whatever, you begin to realize, wait, they did that shit on purpose? Oh yeah, it was all part of the plan. Oh, their whole plan was to hurt you from the very get-go. And that's when you get really fucking pissed off. And usually for most people, that's when they take their power back. They're like, fuck that shit. I'll never do that again. I'll never let someone suck me in like that again. That's why you got to start watching these videos and start seeing the signs. So you fell, just like Adam and Eve. You fell for it. And here's the thing. They're going to try to suck you down. Now, what they're trying to do is not only hurt you so bad in your gut to where you have nothing but anxiety like they do. That's why they do it, because they're jealous, because you actually have happiness and joy in you. The good news is coming. Their goal is to destroy you and make you evil like them, to where you get stung so bad, you're like, oh, and you walk around all the time. And now you're just got this hurt, and now you start attacking other people, and you become like them. You become demonic. You become evil. At the very least, you become very mean. But if you popped out of it and you're not like that, there's really good news here. In fact, the whole purpose of this video is the good news. If you fell for the love bombing phase and the mirroring, yeah, it was an ego stroke. And it's the ego stroke is what made you fall. And that's the whole thing about the Bible. When Jesus said, get behind thee, Satan, when you're in your ego, you're kind of squinting your eyes, you're right here in your chakras are closed, your ajna, and you're like this. When Jesus said, get behind thee, Satan, I think it was to Paul, one of the apostles, it literally means take this V and make it go this way, and now you're out. Because when you are open, your vision and your kinesthetics and stuff, you are now in your right brain. Now you're seeing the bigger picture. Well, a narcissist is going to try to make you go narrow and do this, and that's the fall. That's evil. That's when you start becoming very judgmental. When you're focused and you're like this, that's judgmental. So here's the good news. This is the really, really good news. When the narcissist love bombed you and reflected you back to you, and you're like, wow, this guy's so great, or girl, or boss, or they're so amazing, and you fall for it. What did you actually fall for? This is good. This is really good. You fell for you. Do you know what that really means? That really means that you really do love yourself. And that is a good thing. Because here's the deal. No, you know what? I'm going to put it in the next video. There's a difference between genuine love, loving yourself in a heart-based, centered way, which is what you did. That's why you fell so hard, because you fell in love. It was from an emotional base. It's different from what a narcissist is doing, and I'm going to put that in the next video. I'm going to make that super clear, because a lot of people at a young age think, well, we're not supposed to love ourselves. No, you are supposed to love yourself in a healthy way, not in the narcissistic way, which is different, and I'll explain that in the next video. For this video, I want to end it with this. The good news is you actually do love yourself. You do appreciate yourself. Your whole life, especially if you've been an empath or probably just an average person, people around you have always said, oh, you're no good, you're bad. Or they always try to, what do narcissists do? They project their shitty way of thinking onto you. Oh, you're bad, you're this. They're only projecting who they are inside. They don't like themselves. They have all these bad thoughts about themselves, so they're going to project that onto you because they don't want to admit to themselves that they think this way about themselves. So you got mixed up, you got caught in the game probably when you were a child, elementary, middle school, high school, and on. That's not your fault. Here's the good news. You genuinely do love yourself in a healthy way, and that is a good thing. So all the bullshit that you were told by the narcissist your entire life, that you're no good or you're this or you're that, they're wrong. You have always thought that you didn't like yourself, even if you weren't conscious of that. You do like yourself because you really are a good person. In the next video, I'm going to break it down, the difference between narcissist love versus genuine, healthy self-love that you have. Hey, this is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. MikeKollin.com. Please subscribe. I would appreciate it. I'm almost at 1,000. Thank you, and I hope this has helped you.